Welcome, you guys. CEO and founder, TopNetworkersGroup, presents the One MLM System to rule them all. The One MLM System was launched in 2012, at the end of 2012, by myself and the Chief Vision Officer, Mr. Milton Muzan Jr. That being said, you guys, I want to keep it real here about the One MLM System. You know, the name was not... there was no conversation about it. This was an executive decision. It was a CEO move because, frankly, the One MLM System was created to build TopNetworkersGroup. And, you know, I could sort of sense right away that there was, you know, some people liked the name and there were some other people who didn't like the name, primarily because of MLM, right? There were quite a few people who, you know, felt that having that in the title would turn people off because there is a stigma. There are people who are not necessarily fans of the MLM industry. They hear MLM and they say, oh, I don't want to be involved in that. You know, don't talk to me about one of those things. That's one of those pyramids. You know, there are all kinds of people who have a lot of ideas about what MLM is. And so I could really understand where some people were coming from, those who didn't really embrace the name of our system. And that being said, we sort, we don't sell. Our job when it comes to growing the Top Networkers Group is to grow a team of professionals who embrace MLM. And we're looking for people who love MLM. We're looking for people who understand that MLM is a better business model for the masses. We're looking for people who see how this business model free us from financial bondage, how this business model puts us in an environment where we get around people which exposes us to information and education that we're not getting through the other business model, which is absolutely nothing but a way to feed corporate giants and corporations. And so either you understand that and you embrace that or you don't. And we're looking for the ones who are like us, who understand and embrace and love MLM and want to carry this message forth. Because here's what it comes down to. You talk to an average person on the street who doesn't like the idea of MLM, but you offer them a McDonald's or a Subway or a Jack in the Box. They'll jump at that opportunity, but they don't have the money, right? And see, here's where you understand that we're in a society that's full of ignorance. Is there are so many people who don't understand that MLM is nothing more than the people's franchise. It is a way for us to have our own businesses and our own companies that we run out of our living rooms, where there are already systems in place that all we have to do is duplicate. See, it's just like a McDonald's or just like a Subway. You don't have to figure out how to make a Big Mac. You don't have to figure out how to make a cold cut trio. These franchises will teach you how to make a Big Mac, how to make sandwiches that they sell at Subway. You'll learn how to do it, and then you just do it. And this is the same thing with MLM. Now, there are a lot of people who join MLM who decide not to duplicate. But you don't blame the franchise, right? I mean, if you walk into a McDonald's and they're selling burgers that aren't on any other menu in any other McDonald's, you're probably not going to eat at that McDonald's, for those that still eat at McDonald's. So when we're talking about MLM, the industry of MLM, you know, we wanted to help people do this thing the right way. We wanted to introduce people to the industry of network marketing and absolutely help them have a real way to make money in it. And in fact, we wanted to prepare people for the fifth wave of network marketing, which we are now in. And what I realized back in 2010 when I started Top Networkers Group is that as more and more people were joining MLM, more and more people are getting fired from jobs and realizing job security doesn't exist. And so they're turning to the home-based business industry. But many of these people are not getting educated. They're not getting trained. There's so many of you listening to this video right now who are like, what is the fifth wave? And that's exactly my point. How are you a professional network marketer and you don't even know what the fifth wave is? That's absolutely, literally crazy. And yet, that's where we are right now today in the industry. Way too many people don't really know anything about network marketing or MLM. They run from it. Like they're in MLM, but they're trying to hide that they're in MLM. They're ashamed that they're in MLM. We don't want these people on Top Networkers Group. Like I hope I'm clear about that. Simply because we can't grow our movement. We can't grow our team with people who aren't embracing MLM. We can't carry forth our message that MLM is better if we're working with people who are ashamed and afraid to admit, yes, I'm an MLM. I sponsored people who want to promote a program that's in the MLM system, but not the full system. They want to talk about programs that they feel should be in the system. And all of these people are just not right for Top Networkers Group. Those are not the people we're looking for. When I started Top Networkers Group in 2010, I actually broke away from the team that I had been working with for pretty much all of my MLM career. I decided to do my own thing. My ideas about how to bring multiple streams of income to a team were different from other people. And so I decided that I needed to work by myself and find leaders and people who are like me, who think like me. And this is what this entire system is designed to help me do, to help me sort people. See, when I meet somebody who's talking about programs, I already know they're not who I'm looking for. When I meet people who embrace what this system is about, that tells me, okay, bam, I found someone with potential, right? Now, if you get inside the One MLM system and there's too much training or too much education, now that tells me that you're not the right one. So this MLM industry is all about us learning how to sort people, and this system helps me sort people. It'll help you sort people as well. It will help you find people who think like we think, because we don't want everybody. Not right now. Not during this period. We want to make sure that we put people on this team who understand and embrace what we're talking about here when it comes to things like respecting the network at all times. See, the former team of people I work with didn't respect the network, right? The people at the top felt like everybody in their organization belonged to them and could be moved around into various companies. So if they saw a new company, they felt like they can pull someone out of their downline who's a superstar, who might be 3 or 4 levels deep, because they want to put Larry in this other company here on the side, right? And again, that's a problem, because now you're cutting money out of the people who brought Larry to the network in the first place. So again, that comes from lack of education. That comes from lack of respect. I couldn't work with those kinds of people, and I decided to move on to build my own team and make sure that we build it right, that we respect network marketing. See, I felt like if I bring people into a network, that those people are part of my organization, right? That once I find 3 to 5 good business partners, I shouldn't have to continually look for more business partners, right? And in order to build a team like that, it requires people who think like we think. So again, we sort, we don't sell. We're professionals here, and we're building a team of professionals. You have to embrace MLM, to be part of the One MLM system, to rule them all. Because this system was created for a team that will rule them all. We're the top networkers, not the bottom networkers, not the middle networkers. We're people who are either at the top or want to be at the top in this industry. See, here's the ultimate bottom line, you guys. Please listen to this. Any company can go out of business. Any company can go out of business. So you and I have to stop arguing about whose company is better. We have to instead focus ourselves on whose team is better, whose network is better. And look, I'm going to be frank with you guys. There's a lot of companies out here that are really good. And there's a lot of people making a lot of money in these companies, right? And they have huge teams. And they're making good money. They have huge teams, but they've forgotten that at one point in time they were at the bottom of the organization. And that they did multiple things in order to start building their networks. And they're not really teaching other people to do what they did. Instead, they're telling people, just stay in this company, stay in this company, stay on all ships, stay focused, blah, blah, blah. But they're not telling them, hey, when I was in your shoes, I did a couple of this and a couple of that and a couple of this until I found, a couple of people to work with. They're not really teaching you how they got to the top. Some of them forgot how they got to the top. There are a lot of people who don't even realize how they got to the top. So we're teaching it here. We know. We actually have the blueprint. But you have to actually go through the videos, the audios, you have to talk, you have to communicate, and you have to accept the process of learning before you start earning, which is an awesome phrase that we use around here. Connect, learn, share, and earn. You guys get started with the One MLM System, the root of them all. Get started with TopNetworkersGroup, especially if you embrace what we're telling you in the world about MLM. This is a better way to make money. We love this business model. We're looking for people who think like us. Are you the one? Get started today. See you at the top.